I've never touched a Ouija board, and after hearing this story from my aunt, I never will. This happened decades ago, when my mom, aunts, and uncles were kids living in an old duplex in Utah. The house was already worn down by time, the kind of place where the walls creaked at night, and shadows felt a little too alive. Both sides of the duplex shared a basement, and deep in that basement was a crawl space connecting the two homes. It was low and narrow, with a dirt floor and thick wooden beams holding everything up. My grandma had cleaned it out so the kids could play down there. To them, it became a secret world, a place where their imaginations ran wild, and grown-ups didn't bother them. One day, while digging near the back of the crawl space, they hit something solid. Buried in the dirt was a Ouija board. None of them knew how it got there. No one admitted bringing it down. It didn't make sense, but they were kids, curious and restless, and they didn't fully understand what it was. So they did what kids do. They played with it. That was a mistake. My family is deeply Catholic, and when my grandma found out, she was furious. There was no hesitation. She took the board, cut it into pieces, and threw it away, making sure it was completely destroyed. Then she warned them never to mess with something like that again. A few days passed. Life went back to normal. And then the kids returned to the crawl space to play. Nothing new had been brought down there. The space had already been cleared. But sitting alone on the dirt floor was a single piece of cardboard. It was part of the Ouija board. Printed on it was one letter. I know there was no explanation. No reason it should exist. No way it should have survived. Every child swore they hadn't touched it. When my grandma saw it, she didn't think it was random. To her, it was a message. Not a sentence, just enough to be understood. I am. As in, I am still here. She had the house blessed shortly after. But even then, my mom would go on to have strange experiences in that house. And to this day, that single letter is enough to remind me of one thing. Some doors, once opened, don't stay closed. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because you never know who needs the warning next. This is Dark Narratives. See you in our next video.